Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're diving into something I think we've all experienced, that really uncomfortable moment.
Oh, you mean the social speed bump?
Yeah.
Forgetting someone's name.
Exactly, right after you've met them, that awful sinking feeling.
Mm-hmm. Terrible.
So, our mission today is to turn that panic into, well, polish. We're going to pull out the key English phrases you need to navigate that specific awkward conversation smoothly.
It's true, that moment of blanking on a name.
Mm.
It's rough.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, the language we reach for in those moments, it tells you a lot about real conversational fluency.
Yeah, how so?
Well, our source today is this great little dialogue. You've got Nick bumping into Anna. They remember everything about their last chat, foreign investment, quite detailed stuff.
Right.
But then Nick just hits a wall. He has to admit, this is really embarrassing, but your name has just slipped my mind.
Oof. Been there. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
We're going to take Nick's awkward moment and make it your playbook for sounding natural. We found 3 really high priority phrases here, tools you can use immediately, socially and professionally. And the first one is kind of an exit strategy, actually. It's what Nick uses, maybe a little early, but effectively, in a bit of a hurry.
Ah, yes. That's foundational, isn't it? It's quick, polite.
Universally understood.
Saying I'm in a bit of a hurry just means you're moving fast, or maybe you just don't have time for a long chat right then.
Precisely. It's vital for setting boundaries politely. Whether you were actually late or maybe you're trying to escape that conversation where you've forgotten the name,
Right.
it's a very useful, polite way out.
I like how flexible it is, too. Like, you hear it when someone's getting impatient in traffic. Can you drive faster? I'm in a bit of a hurry. Yep. Or, a colleague stops you in the hall. I can't talk right now. I'm in a bit of a hurry. It just signals you need to keep moving. It buys you time, which, let's face it, Nick needed. And speaking of recovery, the second key phrase is all about fixing the problem. Contact details.
Okay, contact details. Why that specifically? Why not just say, like, your information or something?
Good question. Contact details just sounds a bit more polished, more professional.
Ah, okay.
It's a clean, sort of business-savvy term. It covers the essential info, name, number, email, the stuff on a business card. If you want to sound fluent and professional, you ask for contact details, not just vague info.
Got it. So it sounds efficient, like you're focused on networking, even if maybe you're just trying to get their name back.
Exactly. It cleverly masks the social oops with professional intent.
Okay, nice. And the third one, that's the admission itself, right? Nick saying, slip my mind.
Yes, and this one is absolutely key for social diplomacy. Notice he didn't just say, I forgot your name.
Yeah, that sounds a bit blunt, maybe even a little dismissive.
Right. Slip my mind is crucial because it implies it was accidental. It just floated away. Temporary, maybe even out of his control. It creates this little distance between him and the mistake. Softens it.
It's the diplomatic route. You hear it for all sorts of apologies, don't you? Like, oh, sorry I didn't reply to your email. It just slipped my mind.
Or even forgetting something important like, I totally forgot about my dentist appointment. It must have slipped my mind. It frames it as a slip-up, not a lack of respect, using this phrase. It really lifts your English beyond basic apologies.
Okay, these are great for managing the social side, but the dialogue, Nick and Anna's chat, it quickly moves to location, doesn't it? Where they work, where they are.
Yes.
So let's shift gears from social tactics to spatial ones, getting those location phrases right.
Ah, yes. This trips up a lot of learners. They know near, maybe,
Yeah.
but native speakers use these specific little phrases for closeness, and they aren't quite the same. They signal different degrees of proximity.
Right, like a scale of closeness. Okay, let's start general. Around here.
Around here means basically close by in the general area where you are right now. So if you're exploring and ask, is there a good coffee shop around here? That's perfect. It suggests maybe a short walk, maybe a very quick drive. Gotcha. Then you zoom in, much closer. Anna uses this for her office. Right around the corner. Yes. That one signals immediate closeness, like really close. If something's right around the corner, it usually means the next street over, or maybe you can almost see it. Probably a minute's walk, tops.
So if someone says you can find parking right around the corner, you know relief is very near, seconds away, not blocks. Exactly. And then there's the third one, which is broader, more reflective around there. This one's different because it usually talks about a general place that's not right where you're standing. Okay, so how should learners think about around here versus around there? What's the key difference?
Think scale. Around here is immediate, local, now. Around there is broader, often refers to a larger area, maybe somewhere you used to be or just generally talking about, like your example. Los Angeles is great. I used to live around there. Right. Around there could mean anywhere in the greater LA area, Pasadena, Santa Monica, wherever. It's a much wider net than around here, which is about, the nearest bank or cafe.
Excellent distinction. Okay, so we've got the exit strategies, the location markers. Let's look inward now. The language for talking about ourselves, our own little quirks, and just sounding more natural.
Yeah, this is where the dialogue gets really human. When Nick admits he forgot her name, Anna's response is brilliant. She says, "Oh, it happens to me all the time. I'm terrible with names, too."
Terrible with? Huh. That phrase is conversational gold, isn't it? Such an efficient way to admit a weakness.
It really is. It just means you're bad at something. You often make mistakes with it. And it's fantastic for building rapport because, let's face it, we're all terrible with something.
Absolutely. Like, if you can never get your budget right, you're terrible with numbers,
Mm-hmm.
always getting lost, terrible with directions, and me trying to set up any new gadget, definitely terrible with technology.
And think about the social function. Anna saying, "I'm terrible with names," instantly takes the pressure off Nick. It reframes his mistake. It's not an insult. It's just a relatable human thing. Showing that kind of self-awareness, that's a big sign of fluency.
Yeah, it stops the conversation getting stuck on that initial awkward bit.
And talking about flow, we should probably quickly mention the greeting they used right at the start. How's it going?
Yeah, it sounds so simple, but learners often stick to "how are you?" Which is fine, of course, but sometimes sounds a little stiff.
Exactly. How's it going? It's just the standard, relaxed way to greet friends or acquaintances you bump into. It rolls off the tongue, feels natural on the street, or starting an unplanned chat. It's a small thing, but a really key fluency builder. Keeps the tone light.
Okay, so if we connect this to the bigger picture, what we're really talking about here is a kind of defensive playbook for social recovery.
And that's a great way to put it.
Being able to manage the embarrassment gracefully is maybe even more important than perfect grammar sometimes.
That really is the aha moment. Because honestly, everyone's been Nick. Everyone's had that blank. My worst, definitely at this big industry dinner, shook someone's hand, talked for 10 minutes, name, gone, completely vanished.
Oh, no. What did you do?
I just avoided using any name for the rest of the evening. It was awful. Just vague pointing and hoping someone else would say it.
I think I topped that. Once at a big family reunion, I ran into this older uncle. Hadn't seen him since I was tiny. We talked for ages, and I had absolutely zero clue what his name was.
Oh, dear.
I was so mortified. I spent 2 hours just calling him Uncle.
The generic uncle. That's the nuclear option, isn't it? Because with family, you can't just make a quick exit.
No. You have to properly engage, all while sweating bullets, hoping nobody asks you his actual name. Which brings us neatly to the high-stakes version. What if this happens at work? With a client, a potential partner. You can't just call them Mr. or Ma'am all afternoon. Right. So what are the recovery tricks then? The really smooth ones.
Okay, this is where you need flawless execution. And you lean heavily on that phrase, contact details.
But how do you ask for them without basically shouting, "I forgot your name"?
You have to frame it as being about future business. Trick number 1, initiate the business card exchange yourself. Don't ask for their card that can feel a bit needy. Hold out your card and say something like, "I'd love to follow up on our chat about that foreign investment. Would you mind sharing your contact details?" See? Smooth. It refocuses everything on the business topic, not the forgotten name. Precisely. And if cards aren't happening, trick number 2, ask for their email address, but for a very specific, immediate reason. Don't just say, "What's your email?" Too blunt. Okay, try something like, "I have a really relevant article on that investment strategy we were just discussing. Let me grab your email. I can send it over right now."
Oh, that's brilliant. You're using the business reason to make them spell out or write down their name, because it's usually right there in the email address.
It's the ultimate diplomatic recovery tool. It really shows how vital contact details can be, not just for networking, but, well, for saving face.
That little detail makes this whole deep dive feel instantly usable. Okay, so what does this all mean?
Well,
It means we've basically given you a cheat sheet, a shortcut to sounding way more natural and prepared for those everyday, slightly stressful conversations. You've got the tools now to signal you're busy, admit you forgot something gracefully.
and even talk about your own little flaws in a charming way.
And those little location shortcuts, the casual greetings?
Yeah.
They all help you sound effortlessly fluent while you're doing it.
It's about navigating the bumps smoothly.
It seems like the most useful phrases often come out of the most awkward spots. So We've covered the business recovery tricks, but here's something for you to think about until our next deep dive.
Oh.
Imagine you need their name right now to introduce them to someone else. No time for the card or email trick. What's the single most diplomatic question you could ask that forces them to say their name again without revealing you've forgotten it?
Ooh, that's a tricky one. A real conversational chess move.
Think about it. We'll see you next time.
Until then.